So I would say the bears have played successful defense so far, with the first resistance level that broke was 10,400.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
The Chart Guys. Technical analysis. No FUD, no FOMO. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. All-time high. You know, if you ask me, January 2017, will you ever be trading crypto? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really interested in it. And then next thing you know, we're one of the major people on YouTube for people interested in technical analysis in crypto, and we now have hundreds and hundreds of people who are only trading crypto.
The Chart Guys took a big leap into the world of cryptocurrencies in 2017 with the unbelievable rise of Ethereum and Bitcoin. But unlike companies that have earnings or precious metals and things like oil that have underlying inherent value, it's next to impossible to predict what the real value is of these cryptocurrencies. Is it in the number of users, the number of wallets, the number of exchanges that are supporting it? Is it in the number of transactions per day? The only truth to the Bitcoin price is supply and demand. And what better way to figure that out than by using technical analysis?
I've talked to my kids, and we invented a market game based around different types of candies, and I tied it directly into the stock market. And the price of chocolate goes up and down based on SPY, just to keep it random. And I teach them, like, you know, you've got 10 chocolate bars today, tomorrow you might have 12. So do you want to protect that 12 chocolate bars you have, or do you want to risk going down to 8? And it's just setting up simple questions like that. Do you want to be able to ensure that tomorrow you've got your base of candy, or do you want it to just be up to a complete random chance? And when you put it like that, everyone wants to protect what they have. So if you can give them an edge that maybe results in a little bit of less chocolate today, but guaranteed chocolate tomorrow, then yeah, you're gonna take that chocolate. You take that chocolate every day.
The crypto markets are notoriously volatile, and if you go online, you'll hear countless stories of Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires and college kids who made it big after investing early on. You never hear the stories of countless more people who only bought into the speculative mania. People who mortgaged their house, maxed out their credit cards, bought into unsustainable price action, and then lost it all when it came crashing down weeks or even days later. I avoid the term bubble when I talk about the Bitcoin space because traditionally when a speculative mania happens, it never comes back for a second round. We've seen this with tulips, we've seen this with the dot-com bubble, we've seen this with the housing bubble. When these bubbles burst and when the market crashes, they either die a slow death or they continue on with a slow growth trajectory where only the few best companies or assets survive. Now, Bitcoin has been through a bubble, but it didn't come back for a second round. It came back for a third, fourth, and now a fifth round. And unlike any other asset in human history, it has grown exponentially bigger each time. Instead of trying to predict where the next bubble is going to take us, ChartGuys handles the day-to-day. They don't promise mind-blowing or insane profits, but they want to promote education and they want to help you navigate the waters in a safe way. But just for good measure, I did ask everyone at the meetup what their Bitcoin price predictions were for the end of 2019, and here's what they said.
Over $30,000 to close out December.
You do have that 12,000.
I'll go with 13,000.
13,000.
15K?
15K? Okay.
77,000. 15, it's going to be $43,000.
43,000, okay.
$3,000.
3,000? Oh, brutal. Okay.
I better shorten out.
Bitcoin price end of 2019. What do you?
Bitcoin.
Oh, there you go. Good.
18,000.
18,000. Okay.
27,403.
Wow.
Buy now. The bottom's in.
25K.
25K. That's what I guessed.
About 1,700, give or take.
1,700 or 17,000?
1,700.
Oh.
No, I was kidding. No, I'd
What are you,
probably
Tone Vase? Get out of here.
I'd probably say
24, 19.
24,019?
Yeah. 10,000.
10,000. Okay. $5.
12,370.
What is that? That's 4 months away? 11,582.
Bitcoin price
23.5.
23.5. Okay. All right.
Yes.
4,1,247.
December 2019. What do you think?
20,000.
20,000 on the dot?
20,000.
On the dot?
We're gonna be around there, but
All right. Okay.
So like
Yeah.
5 months. 5 months.
Don't think about it this hard. Come on, give me a number.
16,487.
1647. Okay.
12,370.
All right. So after years of dissecting the charts, building the Chart Guys community all over the world, what would it feel like to really meet the people behind the Chart Guys in real life for the first time?
It's surreal, man. Yeah, it's interesting because in a lot of ways I feel like I'm meeting people for the first time, but at the same time I have these long existing relationships where we can talk about things that we've talked about before. And yeah, it's just surreal to make those connections, to have a physical person representing a long-standing relationship. So yeah, it's really cool, and it's so cool to have all these people that in the community that are so positive and so, I don't know what the best way to say that is. It's just a great group of people, and then to come and have them all in one place and have that reaffirmed, like you just look around the room and you're surrounded by positive people with positive vibes, and they all want personal growth and they all want everyone else to succeed. Yeah, it's really humbling and it's surreal.
It's one thing to meet other people or the charting man himself in real life for the first time, but I wanted to go beyond that. Why have people stayed? What about the Chart Guys or Dan himself have inspired people to come watch every single one of his videos for the last 4 years?
Everyone gets caught up, I guess, in that capitalist corporate mentality. There's no other way to put that. But they go to the jobs and they pine for something simpler, which is just being one-on-one with the earth and the ground and growing food. And that's why camping is so popular and fishing is so popular. They just want to be outside. And in a lot of ways, he represents that as something that can happen. Here's a guy who trades for a living, who has a great community, and when he goes outside and he works on his gardens.
This is our resident nerd bird, and she is the expert in commodities. And what she will do is she will study a chart and tell me what she feels is the longer term outlook of the chart. And we call her nerd bird because she's always got her head buried in a book or a chart. And she was really bullish on gold at 1,000, and you can see what happened there. She was telling me about gold every day. And all it takes is just listening really quietly to the animal, and she will tell you what you want to hear, and she's ready to go. So that's Nerdbird, and that's an indicator for commodities and a resident expert here on the farm.
What would Dan want to tell himself in 4 to 5 years?
I want him to be happy, which I'm confident that'll be the case, but I would say keep doing what you're doing, and keep doing what you want to do, and that's big for me. Don't do stuff you don't want to do, and that was the biggest motivator for me to learn technical analysis. I don't want a 9 to 5, I don't want to commute every single day to a desk job, so how can I do things so I don't have to do that? And that's a big part, do whatever you want to do. And obviously there's limitations on that, but I want to ensure that I still have that freedom and confidence to do what I want to do. And I'd like to, I don't know, maybe I want to be traveling, maybe I want to be more settled down, but honestly, I look at my life 2 months ahead for the last decade of my life. That's like my MO. 2 months ahead, all right, I got this plan, that's it. So I have a hard time looking far into the future, and that's why I'm having such a hard time after just buying my house. Do I want to get a dog? That's a 10, 12-year commitment. Do I want to get a goat? And I'm struggling with that. Long-term commitment is a struggle for me. So looking 9 years out, honestly, we may all be dead. So enjoy it one day at a time.
It was a trip of a lifetime. Meeting everyone there, it made me realize how important a sense of community is to your well-being. One of my favorite movies of all time is Into the Wild. And for those who haven't seen it, it's about a man named Christopher McCandless who leaves society and goes to live up in the wilderness. And he gets very sick and he journals. And in his final days, he comes to the conclusion that happiness is only real when shared. On this trip, I shared my happiness with all of you. We went to waterfalls. We went to these amazing locations in Asheville. We ate amazing food. We had amazing conversations till 1 in the morning, talking about the economy, politics, relationships, friendships, the meaning of life itself. It was really, really unforgettable. It made me feel alive. It made me feel a part of something. And for that, I'm grateful for the chart guys. Not for the trading, not for the candles, not for the charts, but for everyone who makes a community a community. So I want to put a big thank you out there to Dan, to Jason, to everyone who has made the Chart Guys what it is today and what it will be tomorrow. It's been a ride. It's going to be a great ride going forward till who knows when. And yeah, I can't wait to go on that ride with you guys.
Thanks everyone for coming out. It was a fantastic time and huge motivation for all of us at the Chart Guys, and we're going to do that again and again. And for those that couldn't make it, absolutely plan your life around the next one. And again, this is just, it's what it's all about. As far as, honestly, I'm having a hard time caring about any of this right now because I'd rather be going to a waterfall with the people that are still sticking around. So that shows you what's important. And this is the nice thread that all of us can connect on in such diverse backgrounds, religiously, and ethnicity, and interests, and all of that. But with that one common thread, pulling everybody together, that is what makes a community and what makes a community thrive. If everybody had the same interests, it'd get boring after a while, but people are constantly learning from each other and their different life experiences that go beyond trading. So for me, the big takeaway this weekend is just how it's just less important. This is the small aspect, and everything else is so much bigger and so much more important. And it's great that this is the connector, but it's also important to realize that this is this big and everything else is more important. Grand scheme, big picture. Use a stop loss.
We love you, man. We really do. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be returning to a kind of a regular schedule on crypto news. But I really just wanted to share this experience with all of you because whether you're trading crypto or just watching it, don't do it alone. There are so many avenues like the Chart Guys, other communities out there where you can do this together and you can feel a sense of purpose when you're doing this. So yeah, highly recommended you check the Chart Guys out if you haven't already. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. We're building a bit of a community here with this show. I know it's kind of been like a bit of a slow road, but it's been amazing to hear the feedback from all you guys, to come and check, you know, what's working in the show, what's not, what you guys want to hear about. It's been awesome. And if I can replicate what the Chart Guys has done, even like 2% of it, I'm going to live a happy existence. So thank you guys very much, and I'll see you in the next one.